So I'd like to talk to you about the business of yoga. Now let me be very clear. I started teaching yoga so I would never have to do business. I wanted to avoid anything that involved the word marketing, Excel sheets, accounting, schedules, anything. I really just wanted to live like in a shack and breathe and teach people stuff. I started teaching when I was 22 years old. I'm 35 at this current moment. Things change as you get older. But not just that. I remember when I, just from demand, but also from my heart, wanted to start offering teacher trainings. Well, that requires organization. Imagine what it takes to put together a manual. Suddenly I have to have a website. Suddenly I have to have text that I write, pictures. Suddenly other people are taking pictures and videos of me. I've got to like organize this stuff. I was dragged into this kicking and screaming. I had no desire to do this. I definitely just wanted to turn my head another way, put my head under the sand, anything to avoid this. However, I love teaching yoga. I love my students. I love it. I absolutely love it. So for me, I started considering the business of yoga like the dirty diapers. You know, you got a baby you love, you got to change the diapers. And while I have hired people to help me, and I am so grateful to everyone who has helped me. I remember a good friend of mine who is quite successful. And she was surprised that I would have other people do certain elements of my business. And she said, Kat, it's important that you really know what you're doing. You know, if you really want to build something, if you really care about it, you got to know what you're doing. So I took that to heart, and I will tell you that I have grown so much. I have felt my brain sparkle and rewire. I have felt my body ground and change and realign and get in center just because I've had to take the business of yoga seriously. It's actually created a bit of delight, and it's helped me understand where a lot of other people are coming from when they're talking about these terms: marketing, website, SEO, Excel sheets, formulas, database, blah, blah, blah. And it becomes interesting because every time I hear myself saying business and yoga, do they belong together? In every teacher training I run, I ask that question, and a lot of people like, so what are you going to do now that you've decided to make a living as a yoga teacher? Is that allowed? Are we allowed to make money? When I first started teaching, I gave a lot of my stuff away for free. I would teach people for 3 hours and ask for a donation. There have been a lot of times I've run out of money and I've had to pray for a little bit of help. Or, you know, I've had to ask for money. And I know that there was a time where I didn't want to have to depend on people, you know, that I really wanted to take care of myself. You know, my students laugh when I say, a girl's got to eat. So this is a personal decision that we all make as yoga teachers, whether we do this as something that we're actually surviving on. I can tell you that I love teaching. I love it so much. You can tell when you see me in class. I love offering healing work. And to me, it's a matter of self-respect, of taking care of oneself. You know, and taking care of oneself is paramount for every single human being, and how to do this. where I'm at right now is how to run my business from my heart. I've been experimenting. I have a lot of great friends giving me lots of great information on how to market, on how to run my web, on how to do this and that. It's really stressed me out. I watched myself, and I've got a lot of friends who are in the yoga world who can agree with me, where it's like suddenly we're not teaching yoga anymore. We're not doing our practice. We're on the computer. So the questions that I'm asking is how to work more effectively. First and foremost, my practice, number one. Sitting with myself, checking in with myself, nourishing myself, meditating, number one. Number two, my teaching. I'm doing all this because I love teaching. I can't let all this business get in the way of that. It's pretty cool because, in my opinion, the world is run by businesses. The world is run by businesses. Politics is a business. So this paradigm that I'm asking myself to get involved in, that I've tried to avoid this whole time, is how do I run my business in a way that's congruent to my whole being, to my soul, to my heart. It's a really important one. How to run a business where I'm not sacrificing what's important to me, where I'm honoring everyone who's working with me. And, you know, there's kind of a joke, you know, you're a yoga teacher and you're terrible at business, or you're a business person and you're terrible at yoga. I think there's actually a way to meet in the middle. I think these days, you know, I talk to the spiritual entrepreneurs. There's a lot of business people who are like, wow, there's something to be said about meditation. There's some practical, helpful, healing tools there. And I'm watching the yoga people. There's something grounding about taking the time to organize and package what we're doing in a way where it's more accessible to others. So part of one of my teacher training modules in the advanced training is to share different ways to ground oneself in business. And really the opportunity is what works for you. I'm finding my own way. A lot of people have different models and paradigms. And just like there's, as Rumi says, hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground, there are hundreds of ways to effectively and healthily run one's own business. But I want to really share and educate my teachers. This is how you build a website. This is how you write. This is how you can start to choose to authentically be seen in the world. This is how you keep your heart. This is how, let's do some breakdowns so it's no longer a scary thing. Let's go to let's look at what the back door is to a website. How do you write a blog? How do you work with video? How do you do a newsletter? All these practical, easy tools. I mean, I'm sorry, if you can complete certain asana practices, you definitely can do these little business tools. And it's actually really fun. I think for all of us, whether we're trying to bring the business into yoga or we're trying to do anything in life, because to me, yoga is life. And we want to make sure that what we're doing, we're behind. Our heart's in it, our soul's in it, it feels right. We're willing to evolve and play and experiment and just like a handstand, fall on our face. To me, it's not worth it if it's not fun, if I don't have enough time to really enjoy where I'm at. So even creating that space for spontaneity and slowing down and creativity in business. So that's really the stepping stone that I've been on, and that I invite all my teachers who are kind of like trying to shy away from business and it feels scary and evil, that this is actually a place where there's a lot of growth. And there's a lot of amazing people to work with and to collaborate with in this world. You know, this yoga community, let's work together. And when we work together, suddenly, as we join this world of business, we can join this paradigm that's creating this world. What's the namaste? I am you, you are me. I think about my friends that I made when I lived in Niger, West Africa. I think about my friends in Peru. I think about my friends in Cambodia. I think about my friends in the States. There's a way to connect through the heart. I watch myself get frustrated over social media. I watch myself feel small. I watch myself feel actually very disconnected. And I see that there's actually a way to work with these tools and to stay connected. But I have to make sure that I'm being really clear and listening. So here's the yoga of marketing, the yoga of conscious consumerism, the yoga of business. How do we use these tools in a way where we don't lose our heart, where we don't lose our spirit, and we stay connected to the community, and we start to spread what's important. We start to share what's important. And that's the beauty. So use these tools as a way, keep your integrity, keep what's dear to you. So number one, make your practice, make your teaching number one, primary. And then from that place, you've got some juice that you can share. Don't stress yourself out. Right when you get stressed, that's a sign. Stop, get back on your mat, hang out with yourself, relax. That's the important thing. We came here for this life to be alive. We didn't come here to get stuck behind computers or to compete or to judge or compare or to lose ourselves. We came here to be ourselves.